Right. Good evening. The first question for today is limit x tends to 0, sine of pi cos square x upon x square x. Find the limit of this. Find the limit of these questions. Student, I'm giving you 2 minutes. छोटा दे छोटा दे छोटा कर दो. Solve this question. Solve this question. Hurry up. 2 minutes. Hurry up. Yeah, you can solve these questions. Student, can you solve this question? Student, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Should I start the solution or you will do? This is 0 by 0 form. You can use L'Hopital law, but L'Hopital law will be lengthy. So you should consider formula methods, okay? Should consider formula methods. I repeat, you can use L'Hopital law, but L'Hopital law will be lengthy because the differentiation of sine will be cos, and again differentiation of sine will be cos will be sine. And inside cos square, the differentiation of cos square is 2 cos x sin x, that is minus sin x. So again, the 2 times you have to differentiate 2 times, so it will be lengthy. Student, can you do this or should I start the solution? Student, are you listening? Right, okay. Right, I will do this. X tends to 0, sin x is continuous functions and x square is a continuous function. Both are continuous, so the limit will exist. So here, no need to find LHL limit and RHL limits. You can directly find limits by find limit process, okay? By finding limit process. So cos square means I can write 1 minus sin square x. In place of cos square, I can write. I think this question will ask in NDA this time or in JEE main. For both exam, this question is very, very important. Okay. For JEE main, it's a less important, but for NDA, it's a very, very important questions. So I can write cos square x equal 1 minus sin square x. Now I will multiply 1 minus sin square x with pi. You will get pi minus pi sin square x. Limit x tends to 0. Sin pi minus theta, you know the right angle formula. Sin pi minus theta is sin theta. This is x square, okay? Right? Now we'll write the formula. You should know that if I write x tends to 0, here variable sin x upon x will be 1. That means name of the variable, angle of the variable, and denominator variable should be same. And variable tends to 0, then it will be 1. Okay? Otherwise, we cannot write 1. If x tends to 0, if x tends to 0, sin x tends to 0, as well as sin square x tends to 0. You can write this, okay? And if you will multiply with pi, you will get pi sin square x tends to 0. Okay? So limit x tends to 0. Sin of pi sin square x. I will divide by pi sin square x. So I have to multiply with pi sin square x divided by x square. And pi is a constant. You can take pi outside the limit. Constant will be outside the limit. So x tends to 0. I will find the limit separately. So sin pi sin square x upon pi sin square x. And limit x tends to 0. Sin square x upon x square. Pi. Because x tends to 0, so I can write. Earlier I proved that pi sin square x tends to 0. So sin pi sin square x divided by pi sin square x. Limit x tends to 0, I can take inside the square. I can take limit inside the square, okay? So limit x tends to 0, sin x upon x to the whole square. Right? Now, here variable is pi sin square x and the variable tends to 0 and the variable equal to angle of the sine and denominator is same. So I will write this is a 1 and this is the formula for 1 square. So 1 square. After multiplying, you will get pi is your final answer. Have you understood this? Students? Have you problem with this? Or you have no problem? कोई प्रॉब्लम है क्या इसमें? स्टूडेंट? Explain once. Okay. Have to find. मुझे लिमिट निकालना है. लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0 sin pi cos स्क्वायर x अपॉन एक्स स्क्वायर. तो मैं क्या करूंगा कि फॉर्मूला लगाने के लिए cos x टेंड्स टू 0 पे cos 0 नहीं आता है, राइट? cos स्क्वायर हो या cos हो, x टेंड्स टू 0 पे cos 0 नहीं आते, इसलिए cos स्क्वायर को साइन में चेंज करना है. तो cos स्क्वायर को मैंने ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फॉर्मूले से लिखा 1 माइनस साइन स्क्वायर एक्स. अब इसके बाद मैंने पाई से 1 माइनस साइन स्क्वायर एक्स को मल्टीप्लाई किया तो मिला मुझे साइन पाई माइनस पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स. डिनोमिनेटर इज ऑलरेडी एक्स स्क्वायर. यू नो द फॉर्मूला साइन पाई माइनस थीटा इक्वल साइन थीटा. ओके, तो इस फॉर्मूले से मैंने पाई माइनस पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स को मैंने थीटा जूम किया तो मैंने लिखा साइन थीटा, थीटा की जगह पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स अपॉन एक्स स्क्वायर. अब मैंने फॉर्मूला बताया कि लिमिट एक्स टेंड्स टू 0 साइन एक्स अपॉन एक्स 1 तब आता है जो वेरिएबल है वो वेरिएबल साइन का एंगल एंड डिनोमिनेटर सेम हो और जो वेरिएबल है टेंड्स टू 0 होना चाहिए तभी 1 आता है, अदरवाइज 1 नहीं लिख सकते. अब मैंने एक चीज प्रूव किया कि अगर मेरे पास x टेंड्स टू 0 है तो आप साइन x 0 लिख सकते हैं. साइन x टेंड्स टू 0, साइन x टेंड्स टू 0 है तो इसका स्क्वायर भी टेंड्स टू 0 होगा. अब वो ऑलरेडी 0 के बराबर है तो उसको किसी फाइनाइट क्वांटिटी से पाई से बोथ साइड मैंने मल्टीप्लाई किया तो पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स भी क्या होगा, टेंड्स टू 0 हो गया. तो मैंने क्या किया, साइन का एंगल पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स था तो मैंने एंगल नीचे सेम लेके आया, डिवाइड दिया पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स से. रूल है जितना से डिवाइड देना उतना से मल्टीप्लाई करना आता है कि सच दैट एक्सप्रेशन का वैल्यू चेंज नहीं होना चाहिए. आप किसी चीज से डिवाइड कर देते और मल्टीप्लाई करना भूल जाते तो वैल्यू चेंज हो जाता है, और अगर मल्टीप्लाई करते डिवाइड करना भूल जाते तो वैल्यू चेंज हो जाता है. मुझे वैल्यू चेंज नहीं करना है तो जितना से मल्टीप्लाई किया उतना से डिवाइड दिया और जितना से डिवाइड दिया उतना से मल्टीप्लाई किया. तो मैंने पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स से डिवाइड दिया है तो पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स से मल्टीप्लाई भी किया है. अब यहाँ पे दो पाई जो है वो कांस्टेंट है नॉमिनेटर में, पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स, तो पाई को मैंने लिमिट के बाहर ले लिया. उसके बाद दो फैक्टर बचे, एक फैक्टर साइन पाई एक्स साइन ऑफ पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स अपॉन पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स और दूसरा फैक्टर साइन स्क्वायर एक्स अपॉन एक्स स्क्वायर. दोनों फैक्टर का लिमिट अलग अलग निकाल सकते हैं हम, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है यहाँ पे. तो पहला फैक्टर का लिमिट नहीं, पाई तो ऑलरेडी बाहर है, पहला फैक्टर का लिमिट निकाले x टेंड्स टू 0 साइन पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स अपॉन पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स और दूसरा फैक्टर तुम्हारा है लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0 साइन एक्स स्क्वायर अपॉन एक्स स्क्वायर. ऑलरेडी x टेंस टू 0 तो मैंने प्रूफ कर चुके हैं कि पाई साइन स्क्वायर x टेंस टू 0 हो जाएगा। अगर x टेंस टू 0 है तो पाई साइन स्क्वायर x टेंस टू 0। तो आप लिख सकते हैं साइन पाई साइन स्क्वायर x अपॉन पाई साइन स्क्वायर x। और लिमिट जो है वो आप स्क्वायर के अंदर ले जा सकते हैं, मशीन के अंदर लिमिट को ले जा सकते हैं। तो मैंने मशीन के अंदर लिमिट को ले गए, तो लिमिट x टेंस टू 0 साइन x अपॉन x टू द होल स्क्वायर हो गया। अब इसका फॉर्मूला सपोज डेट के यहाँ पे आपने पाई साइन स्क्वायर एक्स को अगर y एज्यूम कर लिया, आपका फॉर्मूला हो जाएगा पाई लिमिट y टेंस टू 0 साइन y अपॉन y। और यहाँ ऑलरेडी आप वन स्क्वायर लिख सकते हैं, राइट। और यहाँ y टेंस टू 0 साइन y अपॉन y है, ये भी 1 लिख सकते हैं। पाई इंटू वन, फाइनल आंसर आपका पाई आएगा, राइट। एनी प्रॉब्लम? Have you understood this? Okay, right. So please note down the solution. These are very good questions. I think this question can be asked in NDA this year. Now the second question, second one, I am giving you. Limit x tends to 0, a to the x minus b to the x upon x. Find the limit of this equation, this expression. Hurry up. This is also very good question, very good questions, but very small questions. You can solve within 1 minute. Give me the answer of this question. Answer batao. Solve this question. Here, log of a by b, 1:1 gave the answer. Base E, this is your final answer. I think this is the correct answer. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Log a minus log b can be written as log a by b to the base E. That's pretty good. We can solve this question easily. I will add -1 and add +1. No problem. So we'll add -1 and add +1. Will not change anything in this expression. Okay. It will not impact. कोई चेंज नहीं आएगा इस एक्सप्रेशन में +1 and -1 करने से. Now limit x tends to 0, a to the x minus 1. I will take minus common from these two second terms. So this will be b to the power x minus 1 upon x. Limit x tends to 0. Yeah, you have done by L'Hopital law, I think. Is it correct? You have done by L'Hopital law, yes. Very good. No problem. We can solve this by separating these two limits. Now I will write the one formula for you. Limit x tends to 0. A to the x minus 1 upon x. Limit of this will be log a to base e. We should write this formula and remember this. So the solution will be for first term log a to the base e, for second term log b to the base e, and log m minus log n. The formula is m by n. I am reading symbolically. मैं symbolically पढ़ रहा हूँ. M by n base e. If base is nothing given, you should consider base is e. Okay, right? This is your final answer. That's great. You have done this. Now solve the next question. Problem third. Limit x tends to 0. AB whole to the power x minus a to the power x minus b to the x plus 1 upon x square. Solve this question. This is a very easy questions. Solve karo. I am giving you 1 minute. You can solve by two methods, by L'Hopital law. L'Hopital law, you have to differentiate 2 times, okay, for L'Hopital law. But you will solve by formula method. It will take less step. So decide yourself which process you want to follow. Okay, all girls give the answer log a minus log b. I think girls are doing better than boys. Okay. From all goal. all goal के बॉयज का रिस्पॉन्स कम ही दिख रहा है मुझे. आप रिस्पॉन्ड कीजिए बॉयज. Boys are absent today. Student, can you solve this question or should I solve this? Student? Student, can you solve this? Okay. Here a to the power x, b to the x, I can write ab whole to the x, I can write a to the x, b to the x, minus a to the x, minus b to the x plus 1 upon x square. Limit x tends to 0. I will take a to the x common. So it will be b to the x minus 1. Here I will take minus common. So b to the x minus 1 upon x square. I can write this. Limit x tends to 0. 1 factor is a to the x minus 1. Another factor is b to the power x minus 1. I can distribute x 2 times, x into x, right? So limit x tends to 0. A to the x minus 1 upon x. And the second factor will be limit x tends to 0. B to the x minus 1 upon x. For first factor answer is log a to the base e into, for the second factor log b to the base e. So log a into log b, this is your final answer. Have you understood this? क्या तुमने इसको समझा? Please respond yes. Okay. So note down. Some student asking for repeat telecast of this equation, this solution. So a b whole to the x, I can write a to the x into b to the x by the indices law. Okay. A minus to the x is already present, minus b to the x is already present, plus 1 upon x square. From first two term, I can take a to the x common. So it will be b to the x minus 1 in the brackets. Okay. From last two terms, in the numerator, I can take minus common. Okay. So the factor will be a to the power x minus 1 into b to the x minus 1. In the denominator, I have x square. So I can divide these 2x 2 times. That is x into x. So 1x will be denominator of a to the x minus 1. 1x will be denominator of b to the x minus 1. Okay. So these two factors are such that the limit of these two factors will be exist. Okay. So we can find limit separately. We can find limit separately. So I write limit x tends to 0, a to the x minus 1 upon x. And for the second factor, I write limit x tends to 0, b to the x minus 1 upon x. For first factor, I can write limit a to, log a to the base e. And for second factor, I can write log b to the base e. So our answer is log a into log b. Any problem? Now the second one. Next question. Next one. Limit x tends to 0. A e to the power x minus b upon x is equal to 2. Find a and b. High up. Solve this.
A equal to B equal to 2.
A equal to B equal to? A equal to 2, so B equal to 2, okay? A equal to 2, I think correct answer. How will solve these questions? You only find A equal to 2. I have to find A and B. Both A and B are equal, okay? Right. How will find? For this question, you have to put the series of e to the x. What is the series of e to the x? 1 plus x upon factorial 1 plus x square upon factorial 2 plus x cube upon factorial 3 plus dot minus b upon x equal to 2. So limit x tends to 0. I will collect constant together. So a minus b and ax upon factorial 1 x square. Yeah, by L'Hopital law, you will only find a, not b. Ax square upon factorial 2. Yeah, after finding a, you can say that if a equal to b, then we will get two answers, okay? Yeah. Yes, correct. But if you find in one pinch, you will put the series upon x equal to 2. Limit will exist if a minus b equal to 0. Limit will exist if a minus b equal to 0. That is a equal to b. The first thing I have find. After putting a minus b equal to 0, limit x tends to 0. Ax upon factorial 1, x square upon factorial 2, x cube upon factorial 3, dot up to infinity upon x equal to 2. You will cancel the x common factor from numerator and denominator. You will left with, I can take a outside from the limit because a is a constant. So it will be 1 plus x square upon factorial 2 plus x cube upon factorial 3. Sorry, this is the x, not x square. X upon factorial 2, x square upon factorial 3 plus dot up to infinity. Now I will equal to 2. Now I will put limit x tends to 0. That is, I will put limit 0.0. So it will be 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 dot equal to 2. So you will get 2. Earlier you have find a equal to b. So a equal to b equal to 2. Right? By L'Hopital law, you can find A equal to 2, but with your intelligence, you have to compare A and B. If you will compare A and B, you will say if A equal to B, then we will get 2 answer. So we get 2, A equal to 2, so B will also 2, okay? By L'Hopital law. Now, we'll solve these questions. Limit x tends to 0. A sin x minus bx plus cx square plus x cube upon 2x square log 1 plus x to the base e minus 2x cube plus x to the 4. Find ABC. Limits are exist. Limit exist. And finite. Limits exist and finite. Find ABC. Then you have also find limits. I'm saying limit exists. Find ABC. Limit is finite. Then you have also to find the limit of this expression. I'm giving you the 3 minutes because this is a good questions. If you will solve this question, your mind will automatically grow. In fact, your intelligence will grow. Should I give you the clue? Students, should I give you the clue for this question? Yes. You have to put the series for sin x and log 1 plus x. Then you will compare constant such that limit will be exist and finite. You have to put the series for sin x and series for log 1 plus x. If you will do by L'Hopital law, it will be little bit difficult. So you should try with series, okay? Right. What is the series for sin x? The series for sin x is x minus x cube upon factorial 3 plus x to the 5 upon factorial 5 minus x to the 7 upon factorial 7 plus dot dot dot. What is the series for log 1 plus x? Series for 1 series of 1 plus log x is x minus x square upon 2 plus x cube upon 3. Series of log 1 plus x is x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 minus x4 raised to 4 by 4 plus x raised to 5 upon 5 minus dot 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 up to infinity, right? Write the series. Hurry up. Why you are waiting? Do it, okay? I will do the questions. This question. Limit x to 0. Series of sin x is x minus x cube upon factorial 3. Plus x raised to 5 factorial 5 minus x raised to 7 factorial 7 plus dot 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 up to infinity. Cx square plus x cube. Cx square plus x cube whole divided to x square. Series of 1 plus log x is x minus x square upon 2 x cube by 3 x4 by 4 plus x5 by 5 minus x to the 6 upon 6 up to infinity minus 2x cube plus x to the 4. I will collect the similar term. Or yeah, I left the minus bx. So here first, after this minus bx plus cx square then plus x cube, right? Okay. Now I will collect same powers together. So here a minus b common will be x, okay? And here x square, so it will be cx square and x cube and x cube. So here it will be 1 minus a upon factorial 3 x cube and ax to the 5 upon factorial 5 minus ax to the 7 upon factorial 7 plus dot dot up to infinity whole divided. I will collect the same power, that is 2x cube will be cancel and 2 will be cancel, so x to the 4 and x to the 4 will be cancel. So here it will be 2 times x to the 5 upon 3 minus 2 to the 4, that is 1 by 2. So x to the 6 time power x to the 6 divided by 2 plus x square and x to the 7, that means 2 by 5 x to the 7, that's enough. After that I can write up to infinity. Okay, so write this. Because x tends to 0, limit will exist and finite if power of numerator and denominator is same. Power of numerator and denominator is same and x tends to 0, the common factor will be cancelled out, then the limit will exist. So here limit will exist. That the denominator lowest power of the denominator is 5. So the lowest power of denominator. Okay. I will explain again. Series of sin x is x minus x cube upon factorial 3 plus x to the 5 upon factorial 5 minus x to the 7 upon factorial 7. You have to remember this, okay? This series. Series of log 1 plus x to the base e, x minus x square upon 2 plus x cube by 3 minus x to the 4 upon 4 up to infinity. I have written two series. You have to remember these two series. If you are reading calculus, you have to remember at least 10 series, okay? At least 10 series. In that 10 series, I have written 2, okay? Earlier, I have used one series e to the x. E to the x is 1 plus x upon factorial 1, x square upon factorial 2, x cube upon factorial 3, dot up to infinity. Right? Our expression is a sin x minus b x plus c x square plus x cube whole divided 2x square into log 1 plus x to the base e minus 2x square plus x to the 5. Limit exists. Here the limit of this expression will exist at x tends to 0. इसका लिमिट एग्जिस्ट करेगा, आएगा. दैट मीन्स LHL RHL दोनों बराबर है एट x टेंस टू 0 पे. ओके, तो इसको आप एल हॉस्पिटल से मेथड से करेंगे तो बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लगने वाला है. यू विल कंज्यूम मोर टाइम. दैट मीन्स 7 to 8 minutes. So by putting the series for sin x, यहाँ पे sin x जो है, यहाँ पे ये sin x की सीरीज मैंने यहाँ पुट किया है x माइनस एक्स क्यूब अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 3, जो आपको याद करना मैंने नीचे लिख रखा है sin x की सीरीज. ओके, sin x की सीरीज नीचे लिखे है, log 1 प्लस x की सीरीज लिखे है और इधर x की सीरीज लिखे है. तो sin x की सीरीज मैंने पुट किया x माइनस एक्स क्यूब अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 3 प्लस x टू द 5 अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 5 minus x to the 7 upon factorial 7 plus dot up to infinity minus bx as it is plus cx square as it is plus x cube as it is whole divided 2x square फिर इन ब्रैकेट log 1 प्लस एक्स की सीरीज मैंने पुट किया यहाँ पे, x माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर अपॉन 2 प्लस एक्स क्यू बाई 3 माइनस एक्स 4 बाई 4 प्लस एक्स टू द 5 upon 5 plus to the 6 upon 6 and so on. After that, minus 2x cube will be as it is, plus x to the 4 will be as it is. अब मैं क्या करूंगा कि इसमें से सेम जो पावर है उनके कोएफिशिएंट को एक जगह करेंगे। तो अगर मैंने a से मल्टीप्लाई किया ax हुआ, तो यहां मुझे bx है माइनस, तो मैंने x कॉमन लेकर a माइनस बी लिख दिया। यहाँ पे एक्स स्क्वायर सीरीज के अंदर नहीं है, सी एक्स स्क्वायर अकेला रहेगा, तो मैंने सी एक्स स्क्वायर अलग कर दिया। फिर अगर मैंने अंदर मल्टीप्लाई किया तो माइनस ए एक्स क्यू अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 3, और यहाँ पे एक्स क्यू पहले से है तो मैंने एक्स क्यू कॉमन लिया, तो 1 माइनस ए अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 3, फिर प्लस अगर मैंने अंदर ए से मल्टीप्लाई किया तो ए इंटू एक्स टू द 5 अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 5 माइनस a into x to the 7 upon factorial 7 plus dot dot up to infinity। नीचे मैं अगर मल्टीप्लाई करूं 2x स्क्वायर इंटू एक्स से, अगर मैं इसको इससे मल्टीप्लाई करूं तो ये 2x क्यू होगा। अब मेरे पास माइनस 2x क्यू पहले से है, दोनों कैंसिल होके 0 हो गए। फिर 2x स्क्वायर को मैंने माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर 2 से मल्टीप्लाई किया इससे, तो आएगा माइनस एक्स टू द 4। मेरे पास पहले से प्लस एक्स टू द 4 प्रेजेंट है यहां, राइट। वही तो समझा रहा हूं, इसलिए तो फिर से रिपीट किया, राइट। अब मैंने जब 2x क्यूब कैंसिल हुए, x 4 x कैंसिल हुए, तो डिनोमिनेटर में जो बचेगा वो आपका बचेगा एक्स क्यूब बाई 3 2x स्क्वायर को मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद, तो आपका बचता है 2x 5 अपॉन 3 माइनस x 6 अपॉन 2 प्लस 2 अपॉन 5 x 7 अप टू इन्फिनिटी। अब बोला गया है कि इस एक्सप्रेशन का लिमिट एग्जिस्ट करता है, तो ये एक नया मेथड आपको सीखना पड़ेगा। अब इस तरह के क्वेश्चन कम टाइम में करना चाहते हैं तो आपको ये पढ़ाने में टाइम जाता है, करने में कम टाइम जाता है। अब जल्दी जल्दी कर दे तो जल्दी होता है ये मेथड, लेकिन आप ऑलवेज लॉपिटल लॉ लगाते हैं तो आपको ज्यादा टाइम कंज्यूम होता है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे मेरे पास 3 आर्बिट्रेरी कांस्टेंट है, ए बी सी 3 आर्बिट्रेरी कांस्टेंट है, मुझे 3 के लिए अलग अलग से सोचना है, बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा, राइट। तो टाइम एग्जाम में सेव करने के लिए आपको ये मेथड सीखना पड़ेगा। और स्पेशली ये इतना डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस जेई में आता है, ये बेसिकली कहते हैं जेई मेन्स आर नॉट लेसर देन एडवांस इन टर्म्स ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स, ओके। सो अंडरस्टूड इट। फिजिक्स एंड केमिस्ट्री आर बिलो, बट मैथमेटिक्स आर नॉट लेस। So a minus b into x, cx square 1 minus a upon factorial 3, x cube ax to the 5 upon factorial 5 minus ax to the 7 upon factorial 7 up to infinity। अब इनका लिमिट एग्जिस्ट करता है तो दोनों के नॉमिनेटर एंड डिनोमिनेटर की पावर सेम होनी चाहिए। तो नॉमिनेटर का पावर 105 यहाँ है, क्योंकि नॉमिनेटर का जो सबसे छोटा पावर है 105 है, तो मुझे डिनोमिनेटर का सबसे छोटा डिनोमिनेटर का सबसे छोटा पावर 105 है, तो मुझे नॉमिनेटर का भी सबसे छोटा पावर 105 ही रखना है। तो इसके लिए मुझे बाकी जो पावर है उनके कोएफिशिएंट को 0 करना होगा। उनके कोएफिशिएंट को 0 किए तो x जो 1 डिग्री है वो मुझे नहीं चाहिए, तो उनकी कोएफिशिएंट 0 चाहिए। a माइनस 1 a माइनस बी इक्वल टू 0, एंड साथ में एक्स स्क्वायर मुझे नहीं चाहिए, एक्स स्क्वायर की कोएफिशिएंट 0 एंड एक्स क्यू भी मुझे नहीं चाहिए, तो एक्स क्यू की कोएफिशिएंट आएगी मुझे 1 minus a upon factorial 3 equal to 0. From here you will find a equal to b and c equal to 0 and 1 minus factorial 3 is 6. So from here you will find a equal to 6. If you find a equal to 6, that is a equal to b equal to 6 and c equal to 0. This is your final answer. Any problem? Right? For ABC. I have to see the finite limit of this expression. मुझे इसका finite limit चाहिए. तो फाइनाइट लिमिट के लिए ऊपर नीचे का डिग्री सेम करना है. तो नीचे की सबसे डिनोमिनेटर की सबसे कम डिग्री x टू द पावर 5 है और नॉमिनेटर की डिग्री x से स्टार्ट है 1 डिग्री से. तो मुझे नॉमिनेटर की डिग्री x टू द 5 ही रखना है, राइट. तो मुझे x 1 डिग्री नहीं चाहिए. 1 डिग्री नहीं चाहिए, दैट मीन्स मुझे उसका कोएफिशिएंट 0 करना है. a माइनस बी इक्वल टू 0. फिर मुझे एक्स स्क्वायर नहीं चाहिए, दैट मीन उसकी कोएफिशिएंट भी मुझे 0 चाहिए, सी इक्वल टू 0. मुझे एक्स क्यू भी नहीं चाहिए, राइट. दैट मीन्स उसके कोएफिशिएंट को 0 करने हैं. 1 माइनस ए अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 3 इक्वल टू 0. मैंने तीनों को 0 किया और यहां से निकाला तो ए इक्वल टू 6 है. सो इट ऑटोमेटिकली बी इक्वल टू 6. ओके, सी इक्वल टू 0. नाउ आई विल फाइंड द लिमिट ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चंस. Limit x tends to 0, a is 6. So we will write 6x to the 5 upon factorial 5 minus 6 x to the 7 upon factorial 7 dot dot up to infinity. In denominator 2 up by 3 2 by 3 x to the 5 minus x to the 6 upon 2 plus dot dot up to infinity. I will cancel x to the 5 from numerator and denominator. It will be cancel. So 6 upon factorial 5 minus 6 minus 6x upon factorial 7 dot dot up to infinity whole divided 2 by 3 minus x upon 2 plus dot dot up to infinity. Now the 0 by 0 form has been removed. So अब हम क्या करेंगे, लिमिट पॉइंट पुट करेंगे. तो 6 अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 5 माइनस 0 प्लस 0 डॉट डॉट अप टू इन्फिनिटी. नीचे 2 by 3 माइनस 0 डॉट डॉट अप टू इन्फिनिटी. तो मेरे पास बचा 6 अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 5 होल डिवाइडेड 2 by 3. 6 upon factorial 5 into 3 by 5, 3 by 2.
9 by
Factorial 5 is 120. 3 by 2. 2 3 ja 6. 3 4 ja 12. That means 3 upon 40. That's your limit value. Okay. So right, this is a very important process. Take the screenshot. Okay. This is a very important process. Now अब हम क्या करेंगे कि 1 to the power infinity के क्वेश्चन सॉल्व, सॉरी infinity minus infinity सॉल्व करेंगे. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, so note down this. Have you completed? Have you completed the questions? Please respond. If one more question on this type, we are writing, okay. Completed, okay, good. Limit x tends to 0. Sine inverse x minus tan inverse x upon x cube. You can solve this by many transformations, but if you will use series of sine inverse x and series of tan inverse x, you can solve easily, okay. So solve this. So you ask for another question of this type, that means to put the series of functions. So put the series of sine inverse x and put the series of tan inverse x, and then you can get answer easily. What is series of sine inverse x? Tell me. Good. Okay, I will write you for you. Sine inverse x is x plus x cube upon factorial 3 plus 9 upon factorial 5 x to the 5. You should only remember 3 terms, okay? For this, tan inverse x minus x cube upon 3 plus x to the power 5 upon 5 up to infinity. So write three terms, okay? Write these three, okay? Sine inverse is x plus x cube upon factorial 3 plus 9 upon factorial 5 into x to the 5 plus dot dot up to infinity. Tan inverse x is x minus x cube upon 3 plus x to the 5 upon 5. Now you can solve. Put the series for sine inverse x and tan inverse x. Then solve these questions. If you know the series of these sine inverse x and tan inverse x, this question is a one-line questions, even for NDA or JEE main or advanced. But if you don't know the series, this question will take many steps. That means at least 8 steps. You have to follow 8 steps by plain method. Okay. But if you use the series for this question, you can solve within minutes this question. Okay. You know the series already. I have written on your blackboard. That means on your page. Should I do or you will do? Okay. Students. तुम लोग करोगे या मुझे करना चाहिए? Wait, we will do it, sir. Okay. Try it. I am suggesting all of you that you should remember the series for 10 to 15 functions. Okay. It will help you a lot in examinations. And you should practice the. Yeah, very good. Answer is 1 by 2. That's great. I can find literally by without picking the pen. X and x will be cancelled from sine inverse x minus tan inverse x. So the x cube upon factorial 3 minus minus plus, that is x cube upon 3. X cube will be common. So from numerator and denominator, x cube will be cancelled. So if I will put x tends to 0, only I will be left with 1 upon factorial 3 plus 1 by 3. The calculation will be 3 by 6. That means 1 by 2. Right? I can solve this if I know the series of these functions. But Trust me. If you will L'Hopital law or trigonometric transformations or algebraic transformation, it will take at least 8 steps. Okay. I'm damn sure. You can try after lecture this question whether it will take 8 steps or not. Okay. लेक्चर के बाद तुम ट्राई करो इस क्वेश्चन को और ये 8 स्टेप्स लेते हैं या नहीं लेते हैं फॉर एनी मेथड्स बाय L'Hopital लॉ बाय योर ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन और बाय योर अलजेब्रिक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस कुछ भी हो तुम यूज कर सकते हैं लेकिन बहुत टाइम लेंगे और मैंने सीरीज यूज किया तो एक झटके में आंसर निकाल सकता I am solving this question for some students. For sign verse, I will write x plus x cube upon factorial 3 plus 9 upon factorial 5 dot 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 up to infinity minus for tan inverse I will write x minus x cube by 3 plus x to the 5 upon factorial 5 minus dot dot up to infinity divided by x cube. So from numerator and denominator, not I will on this time I am only considered for numerator. So x will be cancelled and x cube I will take x cube common. So here 1 upon factorial 3 upon 1 upon 3 x cube will be common and here 9 upon factorial 5 and minus 1 upon 5 x to the 5 plus dot dot up to infinity divided by x cube. I will take common factor from denominator x cube. Okay, हमने x cube common factor लिया numerator से अब बचा मुझे 1 upon factorial 3. Okay, I will take one lecture on this series. No problem. So xq will be cancelled. Now 0 by 0 form has been removed. Okay. Here x tends to 0. Here not tends to 1. Tends to 0. So now I will put x equal to 0. So 1 upon factorial 3 plus 1 upon 3 plus 0 dot dot up to infinity. 1 upon factorial 3 is 6. 1 upon 3. I will equate denominator of these two. So I will multiply with 2. Numerator and denominator. So it will be 1 by 6 plus 2 by 6. So it will be 3 by 6. So answer will be 1 by 2. I am pleased with your effort. मैं बहुत खुश हुआ. मोगेम्बो खुश हुआ. तुम्हारे एफर्ट से आंसर लाया तुमने 1 by 2. Now I am starting 1 to the power infinity. I am starting 1 to the infinity format. Suppose that limit x tends to a f of x to the power g of x. So if limit x tends to a, f of x is 1 and limit x tends to a, write the theory behind 1 to the power infinity. This is a very important for JEE. Very important for JEE. Generally, question setter asks from this portion, okay? Many times. So if you will put 1 at f of x and infinity at g of x, it will be 1 to the power infinity. Okay. So how we'll solve these questions? We'll solve like that. Limit x tends to a, f of x to the power g of x. Limit x tends to a. First of all, you will add 1 and subtract 1. Okay. Right. I can write this. Limit x tends to a. Now I will put f of x minus 1 in one bracket. Okay. I already told you when you will find 1 to the power. So it will be e to the power limit x tends to a log 1 plus f of x minus 1 whole to the power gx to the base e. It will be limit x tends to a g of x log 1 plus f of x minus 1 to the base e. Now this is the 0 into infinity form in the power of e. So I can write x tends to a log 1 plus f of x minus 1 will be together whole divided 1 of g of x. I will write e to the power limit x tends to a log 1 plus f of x minus 1 whole divided f of x minus 1. Then I will multiply f of x minus 1 upon 1 upon g of x. This portion will be 1. Okay. So it will be limit x tends to a f of x minus 1 upon g of x. You have to solve this. Okay. We'll solve this. I'm giving you the one short formula. Limit x tends to infinity 1 plus 1 upon x whole to the power x, or limit h tends to 0 1 plus h whole to the power 1 by h. You will find it is a e. Okay. Right. Suppose that limit x tends to infinity 1 plus a upon x whole to the power x. Limit h tends to 0 1 plus h whole to the 1 by h. You will get e to the power a. Limit x tends to infinity 1 plus 1 upon x whole to the power ax. Limit h tends to 0 1 plus h whole to the power a upon h equal to a to the power a. At the last, limit x tends to infinity 1 plus a upon x whole to the power bx. Limit h tends to 0 1 plus h whole to the power bh equal to e to the power a into b. So write these formula. These are very, very important formula for e to the power 1 to the power x format. Okay. Write this. Write these 4 formula. If you have completed the, okay, you have completed, right? Now I will go to the questions. Okay, I will take question on this type. Limit x tends to infinity 1 upon 1 plus 2 upon x whole to the x. You can write answer directly by formula. Okay, what is the answer? What is the answer, students? You can write the answer instantly by seeing the formula. Okay. Earlier told you, I had told you limit x tends to infinity 1 plus a upon x whole to the power x. Yeah, e to the power 2. Very good. E square. You know e is a irrational number and approx value is 2.71. What is e? I write for you. E means 1 plus 1 upon very high, whole to the power very high value. That means I will take example. Very high means I have to take at least 1 million 10 to the 6. So you will get approximately 2.71. You will take more than 1 million, that is 10 to the 7. 10 to the 7, you will get 2.71. Okay. If you will take 10 to the power 8, 10 to the 8, that means after 1 million, change in value will not impact. Okay. Change of the value of it will not impact. मैंने अगर वेरी हाई 10 लाख लिए, 10 लाख के बाद मैंने 1 करोड़ लिए, 1 करोड़ के बाद 10 करोड़, उसके बाद 100 करोड़, मैंने वैल्यू बढ़ाते गए तो ई के वैल्यू पे कोई ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला, वो 2.71 ही रहता है, ये याद रखना है. ओके, so that means approximately equal to 2.71 square. Have you understood this, student? Tell me. Now I will take one more challenging question for you of this type. Solve this. X tends to a 2 minus a upon x whole to the power 10 pi x upon 2a. I am giving you the 2 minutes. The 2 minutes. Solve it. Algol students, all of you are NDA students or some are JEE students. Algol students, all of you are JEE students or some are NDA students. Please reply me. NDA students, all of you. So if you'll solve good questions, then your exam will go easy in NDA, okay? So think about it. Should I solve this question or you will do? Students, you will solve these questions. The answer E power. No, answer is E to the power minus 2 upon pi. So if I will put a in place of x, it will be pi by 2. That is g of x is tan of pi x upon 2a. It will be infinity, okay? And in the denominator, if you will put a, you will get 1 to the 1. So 1 to the infinity. You have to solve by methods. So I will put here distribute 2. 1 plus 1 minus a by x. Yeah, pi x upon 2a. Limit x tends to a, 1 plus, I will take 1 minus a upon x and pi tan pi x upon 2a. When you write x tends to infinity, 1 plus 1 upon x to the power x, it means 1 by x tends to 0. So limit x tends to a, if you have x tends to a, you will find 1 minus a upon x tends to 0. There is no problem. So I can use the formula, okay? So limit, when you write h tends to 0, 1 plus h whole to the power h, okay? 1 upon h. Then write e. From here, I will take x minus a. I will take minus to the left. So x minus a tends to 0, right? Any problem? And 1 plus a minus x upon, sorry, x minus a. X minus a upon x whole to the power tan pi x upon 2a. So put h is equal to x minus a. So x will be h plus a, right? Limit h tends to 0. 1 plus h upon x means h plus a. So this is the tends to 0, no problem. The same things should be in the power h upon h plus a. So I have to multiply. If I divide, so I have to multiply. Okay. That means you will take h tends to 0. Here you will find reciprocal of this will be h plus a upon h, right? And here you will write h upon h plus a tan pi. In place of x, I can write h plus a. And the denominator you have 2a. Right? This is e. Okay? This is e. So e to the power limit h tends to 0, h upon h plus a tan pi plus pi a, sorry, pi h pi h tan pi h plus a, no problem, divided by 2a. Limit h tends to 0, you have h upon 2a and pi h plus a whole to the power divided by, here you can write pi multiply in numerator and here hold on. Yeah. That in not domain inside the angle, okay? That's why I'm doing the wrong things, okay? Here it is right. Here it should be right. This is correct, okay? This is the correct things. Okay. Here x tends to a 2 minus a upon x whole to the power tan pi x upon 2a. This is the angle, right? I will divide 1 plus 1 minus a upon x whole to the power tan pi x upon 2a. Any problem? No problem. I already told you when 1 to the power infinity, that means limit x tends to a f of x g of x. What you will solve? You will solve here limit x tends to a f of x is 1. Limit x tends to a g of x is infinity. So you will solve e to the power. What you will solve? E to the power limit x tends to a. What is all? X tends to a, f of x minus 1 into g of x. Very good. Right? Here f of x minus g of x is this is your f of x minus 1. Okay? This is your f of x minus 1. No. Okay? You know that limit h tends to 0. 1 plus h whole to the power h equal to e. Here h tends to 0. Okay? You can write f of x tends to 0. 1 plus f of x whole to the power 1 upon of f of x. You will get e. Similarly, if you have x tends to a, 1 plus f of x. Hold on. 1 plus f of x whole to the power g of x. And limit x tends to a, f of x tends to 0. Right? And limit x tends to a, g of x tends to infinity. So you will get 1 to the power infinity. Okay? So you will get e to the power limit x tends to a, f of x into g of x. Have you understood this? Tell me. Respond me with these formulas. Okay? Okay. Right. Now I will solve the question. Limit x tends to a, 2 minus a upon x whole to the power tan pi x upon 2a. If you will put here your f of x is 2 minus, you will get 1. Here g of x is tan pi x upon 2a. You will get infinity. I will not solve by this form. I will solve by 1 plus. So I will write 2 as a 1 plus 1. Okay? 1 plus 1 minus a upon x. 1 minus a upon x you will consider as f of x. And whole to the power tan pi x upon 2. Any problem? Now here f of x is 1 minus a upon x. You will put x tends to a, you will get tends to 0. Okay? And your g of x here is tan pi x upon 2a. So you will get infinity. No. Then 1 plus 0 raised to infinity. So we'll get 1 raised to infinity. Anyhow. So here f of x is this and g of x this. So I will solve for this. I will write limit I will write e to the power limit this formula. This formula limit x tends to a 1 plus this formula limit x tends to a 1 plus f of x whole to the power gx. Limit x tends to a f of x tends to 0. Limit x tends to a g of x equal to tends to infinity. Then what we have to solve? We have to solve e to the power limit x tends to a f of x g of x, right? Same things. The red pen I'm marking this is f of x, okay? The blue pen I'm marking this is your g of x. And 1 is already present. So 1 plus f of x whole to the power g of a. F of x tends to 0, g of f tends to infinity. So I can write e to the power limit x tends to a. F of x means 1 minus a upon x into tan pi x upon 2a. Have you understood this? Respond me. Respond to me. Hurry up, students. Students. Okay. Limit x tends to infinity. This will be x minus, sorry, x tends to a. I was wrong. Upon x. Now I have to resolve this, okay? I have to resolve this. How I will resolve? How will resolve? Tell me. You can put the value. No, you can put the value. Limit x tends x minus a I will take to the left side. A tends to 0. X minus a upon x. I was doing earlier right, but then I take different steps. Now put h is equal to x minus a tends to 0. तुम पाओगे क्या लिमिट h tends to 0 h upon h plus a. In place of x you can write h plus a. Any problem? And tan pi by 2 into h plus a. Earlier मैंने पहले क्या किया था एंगल गलत लिखा था इसलिए वो आंसर गलत आ रहा था अब सही आएगा h upon h plus a. Now here you can write tan a by 2 a by cancel, that is pi by 2 plus pi h upon 2a. Okay, so it will limit h tends to 0. Tan pi by 2 plus theta, you know, minus cot theta. Okay, so it will be minus h upon h plus a cot. Inside cot you will write pi h upon 2a. Now cot will be converted into tan. So e to the power limit h tends to 0 minus 1 upon h plus a into h upon tan pi h upon 2a. Any problem? Good. For the first factor, you can solve 1 upon h plus a. If you will put h tends to 0, you will get 1 minus 1 upon a into h upon tan pi h upon 2a. Any problem? Now I can take minus outside. So e to the power minus limit. Now I will equal the angle of tan pi by h, pi h upon 2a. So I have to equate it in the numerator. So it will be h upon a. I want pi. I want 2. Right? So I multiply with pi by 2. So I have to divide. That means 2 upon pi whole divided tan pi h upon 2a. Right? Now I can take common factor out, constant outside the limit. Then minus 2 upon pi will be outside. Limit h tends to 0. Pi h upon 2a whole divided tan pi h upon 2a. Right? Now the angle of tan and numerator are same. When you write limit x tends to 0, tan x upon x, or limit x tends to 0, x upon tan x, both are equal to 1. Write it if you don't know. If you don't know, write it. Limit x tends to 0, tan x upon x equal. So, finally, I will get minus 2 pi e to the minus 2 pi into 1. So, the answer is e to the minus 2 pi upon minus 2 upon pi. This is your final answer. Have you understood this, students? Tell me with your response. Okay. Now I'm giving you the last question for today. This is a very simple question, I think. You will solve within 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes. Limit x tends to infinity. Earlier I told you it was the challenging question, so it was. Now this is a very simple question. It's not a challenging. Should do within minute. X to the whole to the power x plus 4. तुम लोगों ने पहले का कुछ लिख लिया क्या सॉल्यूशन, या मैं स्क्रीन स्लाइड करूं? जल्दी बोलो स्टूडेंट्स, पहले की सॉल्यूशन लिख डाले या स्लाइड करूं? ओके सर, लिख लिया. तो सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चंस. The student requested that next lecture should be also on this series. That means problem on limits. So I will do it in the next lecture. Yeah, your answer is correct. I think so. So we will solve within 1 minute. I will give you again one questions. This will also very a small question, okay? Students, are you trying? Students, are you trying? Hence, should write this in the format of 1 plus a upon x whole to the power x. Write this in this format. You can write x plus 6 as a x plus 1 plus 5. Then divide this by x plus 1. Okay? Yeah, that's perfect. Now I will give you the solution. X tends to infinity. The answer is perfect. X to the power 6 plus 1 upon x to the x plus 6 upon x plus 1 whole to the x plus 4. Limit x tends to infinity. X plus 6 will be x plus 1 up plus 5 upon x plus 1 whole to the power x plus 4. Limit x tends to infinity. I will divide x plus 1 by x plus 1, so I will get 1 plus 5 upon x plus 1. And the power it should be x plus 1 upon 5. So I will write this is a x plus 1 upon 5. So I have to multiply with 5 upon x plus 1. It is already in the power x plus 4. For this portion, you will write e, and e to the power limit x tends to infinity and 5x plus 4 whole to the 5x plus 4 whole divided x plus 1. You have to divide by highest power in numerator and denominator. So you will take 5 outside the limit. So it will be 1 plus 4 upon x, 1 plus 1 upon x. After that, you will put the limit point. So 1 plus 4 upon infinity, that is 0. 1 plus 1 upon infinity, that is 0. So you will get e to the power 5. That's a good answer. I think you are doing great. Now, this is the last question. This will be the last question. Do this within minutes. Limit x tends to 0. 1 plus 5x square upon 1 plus 5x square whole divided 1 plus 3x square whole to the power 1 upon x square. You have to use limit h tends to 0, 1 plus alpha h whole to the power 1 upon h e to the power alpha. You can use this formula, okay? Yeah, you are great. Some students are not solving. Why you are not solving? Solving.
नहीं सर मतलब रिवाइज करे थे हाँ सीरीज पढ़ते ऐसा जय बोलता
Jay and Suraj, you should understand that J is not a joke. You should understand. It's not a joke. Om Bundimant, are you doing? Yes. Solve this question.
सॉरी थांब ना जरा एक क्वेश्चन कर काढ ना जरा
What's the answer? E to the 2. Very good. Even NDA students are doing good. Okay. Jay and Suraj, you are JA students. Okay. But you are not solving. A square. That's great. I will solve for you. Limit x tends to 0. I can write 1 plus 5x square as 1 plus 3x square plus 2x square whole divided 1 plus 3x square whole to the power 1 upon x square. Limit x tends to 0. Now I will divide 1 plus 3x square by 1 plus 3x square. It will be 1. 2x square upon 1 plus whole to the power 1 upon x square. You can see this is the 1 plus h. Okay. So I have to write 1 by h. Okay.
सर्कल लेक्चर होगा आपका ऑनलाइन
नहीं.
नहीं ना
You will learn separately.
पर सर अभी आप पढ़ोगे हमको इनको
Now this will be your, I will compensate 1 upon h. 1 upon h means 3x square plus 1 upon 2x square. So I have to write 2x square upon 1 plus 3x square. Already 1 upon x square is multiplied factor. Okay. You will write this as e. E to the power limit x tends to 0. 2x square upon 1 plus 3x square into 1 upon x square will be cancelled out. Now the 0 by 0 form has been removed. So we can put the limit point. So it will be 2 upon 1 plus 0. You will get e to the 2. So this was the last question for today. Solve this question as a homework.
Yes, sir.
And I think these are pretty good questions and very simple. In fact, this question is a asked question in IIT JEE in 2000, but this is a very old question. And now this question will be asked in NDA. I repeat, this question will ask in NDA nowadays. So limit x tends to 0. So x tends to infinity. X minus 3 upon x plus 2 whole to the power x. Solve this as a homework and give the answer in the next lecture. Then I will start from here. Okay. In the next lecture, where I left, I will start from here. Okay. Okay. So that's all about for today. Thank you. That's all about. So I can leave. Students. No, e to the power minus 5. It's not 5, e to the power minus 5. Correct your answer, students. Sorry, sir, typing mistake. No problem. That means if you have find e to the minus a to the 5, it means you are doing great as a NDA students. Okay. I can split the JA student such type of behavior. Okay. So you can solve this. You can solve NDA question easily. In examination, you will solve if you will solve this type of questions. Okay. So think about it. So let's meet in the next lecture. So can I leave, students? Okay, no problem.